Hi everybody, it's Karen, your neighbourhood witch, and today I'm going to be looking at what's inside this box. I was browsing on Amazon the other day and I came across this. It was advertised as a witchcraft kit for baby witches. It was £29 and something, I think. It was just under £30. So I thought, you know what, I will get it and I will open it and we'll have a look at it and we'll decide if it's worth your money. So inside it says it has 12 candles, 12 herbs, 12 parchments, 12 spellbags, 3 kinds of salt and 12 gemstones. Now I haven't looked inside it other than a quick peek under the box lid. I haven't taken anything out of it, so we are going to be opening this together. So let's see what we get inside. So let's take that back. Okay, so first impressions is everything is very nicely packaged, and inside here we have the herbs, so we'll come back to them. We have the parchment, we have candles, spellbags, salt, and gemstones, and at the bottom we have this, which I think is quite convenient, symbols and signs. So yeah, I'm pretty good at remembering things like signs of the zodiac, but I still to this day get confused about the alchemical symbols for earth, air, water and fire. So I actually think that would be quite handy. Oh, and on the back it tells you the correspondences for the spellbags, so that's quite useful. Okay, so this is taking up a lot of room on my table, so I'm going to move it out of the way, and let's spin that round before it drives everybody crazy. So what have we got in here? So we have 12 gemstones, and again on the back it tells you what the gemstones help with. So it says that Amazon helps with intuition, safe travel, stress and nightmares. Rose quartz is for compassion, unconditional love. Clear quartz is purifying. We'll forgive them the typo there, it's purifying. Green aventurine, labradorite, obsidian, garnet, carnelian, lapis lazuli, tiger's eye, fluorite and smoky quartz. So let's open this up. I'm not going to open the bottles because I will have gemstones absolutely everywhere. So let's have a look at the green aventurine. So first impressions is that the bottles are dinky, but if you are new to the craft, then maybe this kind of set is a good place to start, because it gives you a good range of crystals, and you know, you may hardly ever use, I don't know, let's say you're hardly ever going to use garnet, just because my hand's over it. So that little pot of garnet might be enough to last you quite a long time. But if on the other hand you find, well, do you know what, I go through amethyst like there's no tomorrow, well then in that case, once you've started using up your little amethyst crystals, then that is the time at which you go ahead and you order more, and maybe you order a larger quantity. So as a starter kit so far, you know, I'm not unimpressed, shall we say. Okay, let's move that out of the way, put it back in its box afterwards, or maybe I'll just take these out and put them on the shelf. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Okay, so next thing that's under my hand are the salts. So I shall open these up. So again, you have pink salt, sea salt and black salt. These quite easy to come by, to be honest. Pink salt is pretty widely available. Black salt I make myself, and I've done a video on the subject, but if you're just beginning, you know, I'm looking at this from the point of view of somebody who is just beginning in the craft and wants to get, you know, wants to get a good foundation, and sea salt. Okay, so yeah, okay, fine. All right, what should we do next? Candles, I think. Candles are always fun. Okay, so let's try and display these without scattering them all over the place. Okay, so I have, what have I got? I have, it's going to be scattering them all over the place, isn't it? So there's green, there's orange, there's brown, there's black, there's yellow, there's, is that white? I think that's white. There's a red one that's hiding in there. There's red, there's blue, another white one, light blue, purple and pink. So again, you've got every, you know, you've got every kind of colour for your basic spell work. And again, on the back, which I really do like, they've given you the candle colours and meanings. So yes, there are two whites, because one is white and one is ivory, right? Ivory white. Says so there. Yeah. Okay. And again, I suppose if I'm using a green candle, then when I've used my green candle, then at that point I would go out and maybe get in the stock, you know, get in a stock of them. But a nice range of colours just to start you off. Quite pleased with that, actually. So far, it's doing quite well. Spellbags. Let's have a look at the Spellbags. Again, nice range of colours, little organza bags. Let me open one up. So you would put your spell ingredients in there, and you know, tie them up tightly. Then leave them away to do their magic. Well, that's a pretty green, isn't it? That's pretty. So we've got green, we've got yellow, we've got a golden yellow, orange, cerise red, dark red, blue, purple, white, grey, brown and black. So again, you've got a colour that corresponds to any kind of spell work that you would be doing. Parchment. So these are about what, 3 by 5, 3 by 4, something like that, 2.5 by 4, and they are just little pieces of parchment, so nice for you to write your sigils on, or your spells on. So, you know, it is what it is. Right, so now let's have a look at the herbs. So these I will definitely be decanting into their own little jars. A waft of herby goodness coming out of here. So what do we get into? So there's some lavender. I'm not going to open it. I will have lavender all over my table. I know what I'm like. Alfalfa. I don't actually have any alfalfa in my store, so that is that's handy to have. Thyme. Likewise, I don't have any thyme. Nobody's got any thyme. I don't have any of the herb thyme. Rosemary. Well, I do have quite a bit of that. I use it quite a lot. Okay. Basil. Now this must be basil root, because whenever I use basil or basil, depending on where in the world you are, I use the leaves. So that is interesting. Okay, rose petals. Oh, they just look pretty anyway. Sage. Is it possible to do witchcraft without sage these days? I don't think it is. Mugwort. Mugwort's one of my favourite herbs. It tends to get thrown into everything with me. It's a herb that helps promote psychic powers, witchcraft, and it's protective as well. So I use that a great deal. Bay leaf. So again, useful in spells where you're drawing money. And I can't tell you, I wish I had smelly vision, because at the moment this area here just smells absolutely gorgeous. It really does. So mint. Is it the mint that's making everything smell? Excuse me while I have a sniff. No, I don't actually think it is. I don't think it is. I don't know what is so fragrant in here. Hyssop. Again, one that I haven't as yet had occasion to put into my selection of herbs and spices. If you looked into my kitchen cupboard, you would imagine that I was an absolutely rabid cook. I don't cook. It's one of the ways you can tell a witch is that there's a cupboard full of herbs and they don't cook. And last and finally, St. John's wort. So those are the contents of the box. Let me bring back the crystals there. So, do I think it's worth it? Well, if you are you've been in the craft a long time, like I have, then you've probably got most of these items, or you're only missing one or two. So from that point of view, you know, it's a nice little gift. It's cute, but for an experienced witch, well, you know, maybe not. However, this was aimed at so-called baby witches. So that's people who are starting out in the craft. And as a kit, you know, to kind of get you going, I'm actually quite impressed with it, particularly as the information that comes with it, you know, the little notes on the back of the box that tells you which of the crystals are useful in spells for whatever. I wasn't expecting that, and I really am actually quite impressed. Some of the things that are in here I would probably be able to live without in my practice. Certainly parchment. You know, what's wrong with paper? But maybe that's just me. So I did read some of the reviews, and somebody said they got this as a gift for their granddaughter who was interested in witchcraft. And for something like that, I think it's a very good idea. Yes, okay, you could get all of these things separately, but it would cost you a few pounds to get a string of tiger's eye crystals. I know I recently needed some tiger's eye, and I thought, well, I may as well stock up, and I got a string of tiger's eye chips. And that was a few pounds. And then, you know, if you get lapis lazuli, that's going to be a few pounds, and amethyst, that's going to be a few pounds. So yes, you would get a lot more of whatever individual item you were buying, but you would have to buy all of them. And maybe you're only going to use fluorite once in a blue moon. So yeah, I'm actually much more impressed than I thought I was going to be. So what do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments sections down below. For £29, I do think that you get a good range of items. It saves you an awful lot of running around and trying to find this herb and that crystal and these candles. Honestly, I don't think I can fault it. I'm not sponsored. I want to say that now. I paid for this with my own money, and I'm not that big of a YouTuber that anybody wants to sponsor me, quite frankly. So yeah, I'm, colour me impressed. So anyway, that is all I have for you today. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for staying with me for this long. So merry meet, merry part, and have a blessed day. Bye bye.